it's Ursa Midnight, and welcome back to another build in The Sims 4. This build is actually for the Lewis Kim family, I believe, up in Oasis Springs, in that little mansion type of area. This build took me quite a few hours to build, with some breaks in between. But honestly, I am very proud of this build. It looks different now than it did earlier or at the end, because I ended up making it short walls instead of medium. Here I'm trying to figure out, do I like the balcony look with the flowers? And then I learned about this lovely balcony with flowers, and I was like, yep, that's a winner. So I put it on all the windows, and then I ended up playing around a lot of this build and just trying to figure out what I want it to look like. I do end up pushing it back a little bit, so that way it can have some space. We can have like a little bit of a landscape. Here I'm trying to figure out what fence I really like, and I couldn't really decide until I decided on the black one with black fences, but I also had 2 gates at the time. Later on I will take away one of the gates. Here I'm just trying to figure out floor plan and all of that, and just trying to look at what lights I wanted, how I wanted it all laid out. This is probably one of my favorite builds so far. I'm saying that for like every build because each one has a special place in my heart with its differences and how it looks, and just in general, just how it all has like, it's all the houses I have been making all have like a unique feel to them. There's something different in each house, there's a different style. It's just something that I have been really into lately. So this has been a lot of fun for me, just trying to make it look fancy. Added some decorations. I really wanted to have a very nicely decorated house. Also, at some point, I'm pretty sure Carmel visited me and was probably bothering me or just wanting attention. And so if I paused for a long period of time, that was probably what was happening. That, or I got distracted, which does also happen. Yeah, this house, I wanted a green kitchen. I was working on some parts of this last night and then ended up deleting the house and wanted to redo it because I wanted it to be a little bit more bigger and a bit more fancier. So that's why it's different than what I had originally intended. And then I added some decorations on the outside. I really liked the decorations. I was looking for a cutting board thing for like the knives right there, and I couldn't find it, so I just gave up. And then so just kind of decorating, making it all kind of work in a way. And then so I added a little green part, green little flower arrangement. And then here I'm just trying to figure out what to put downstairs. So it took me a minute to figure out what I wanted over there. Later on found out you can't use a telescope inside apparently, but that's okay because it's part of decorations. I just really liked the hallway. Some people said that it was a bit too long, but honestly I do like the vibe of it, honestly. And it kind of correlated with the whole house. Yes, it was a long hallway, but I also still made use out of it. Here I'm just trying to figure out where to put the, what type of table to put. I ended up going with one from Get Together, and then making a little bar area and a little area in general. This is probably one of my favorite dining rooms because I like that little bar setup. I also made sure to incorporate both lineages. So because both families, it's Eric Lewis and his mom Vivian, and it's Alice and her dad, I forgot his, Dennis, and then their daughter, I forget their daughter's name. But I wanted it to kind of correlate all together because to me, the families, they should have some form of representation. So I wanted to make sure I added some form of representation into all of this. And yeah, and I went with like a green themed living room. I almost put a second fireplace inside of the first. It was very tempting because there was no fire pit part, but it had like a little bit of a decoration. Here I'm just trying to decorate the living room, and I ended up making like a little fun sign because it just kind of really worked well together, I think. And we added some plants, and we were doing the outside decorations, and then we did some landscaping because we love landscaping. And I kept playing with the fence and then took away the gate. And we just kind of did matchy landscaping, but with a little bit of different twist. And I added some trash cans. I have been really into putting a green and a black trash can lately. I think it's to represent garbage and recycling. And then here, I don't know what happened why I was so paused for so long. I think I was just trying to figure out what can I put over there. I ended up putting some like dog stuff because they have a dog. And then the bathroom, I just did one version of it. And then I copied it because it's just so much easier when you're making bathrooms for one household to just do something like that. The bedrooms honestly were probably the easiest thing to figure out and put together today because it was just, once you figure out a layout for it all, it kind of just really worked, and I was able to just quickly put it in. And then, let's see, again, probably getting distracted by something, and then we fixed that. We added some artwork, and here I am going around fixing all the windows and the doors and just making it all short windows instead. And then, let's see, it was a lot of fun, honestly. I couldn't size down the bar, but I think I kind of left it. I was like, whatever. Or I deleted it. Oh, I went with this one instead, yeah. Which makes sense. But yeah. And that's pretty much the house, honestly. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It's different. And yeah. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video and enjoyed the build. And I hope to see you all in the next episode. Peace out.